Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome to Paranormal 101. It's been a long time. With everything that's been going on lately, a lot of us aren't really able to go anywhere at all because of this coronavirus stuff. So I figured what better time to take advantage of this and kind of do something that I haven't really been able to do very much over the years, and that's kind of dive back into Paranormal 101 a little bit and kind of do something a little bit different with it. I've always kind of wanted to try and dive into some of the weird, bizarre videos that have floated around on the internet over the years, especially YouTube. And in the amount of time that YouTube has existed, there's been just tons and tons of these alleged ghost videos and supernatural videos and UFO sightings and all kinds of crazy, wacky crap that's been out there that, you know, it almost builds up an urban legend in and of itself. You know, some people wonder, like, is this video real? Is that video fake? Is this real? Is that fake? We're going to use some logic. I know using logic on the internet is frowned upon, but I'm going to use some logic, going to use some, just minimal knowledge to try and break down some videos on the internet and try to figure out the truth from the BS. The video we're going to take a look at today is a video that I came across on a television series, actually, several months ago. I think it was called Paranormal Caught on Camera. The show was not good at all, but they showed this video on one of the episodes, and one of the reasons I wasn't crazy about the show is they don't really try to debunk anything or try to find any actual truth in anything. They just kind of assume all of the videos are real and just approach everything from the perspective of it's all real. Let's just, marvel in how incredible this is. I don't want to do that. I want to try and actually look at this video that I'm about to show and actually kind of break it down and see if we can figure out what's going on here. Now, apparently this is a very old video. This is a video that apparently shows levitation. Now, I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination on levitation. I've heard of it, obviously. I've seen it in movies and TV shows just the same as anybody else out there has. But apparently this video is proof of the ability to levitate. So basically what we have in this video is there's this guy who's walking his dog, and by the way, the first red flag on this video is the guy's dog is actually genuinely named Tarzan. If that's not a red flag, I don't know what is. But moving on, the guy seems to be like playing fetch with his dog somewhere in the woods. He's speaking in an accent. I think it's Russian. I could be wrong on that. Maybe somebody can clarify, but I think it's Russian. Seems to be playing fetch with his dog out in the woods. Why he's filming playing fetch with his dog, I don't know. But anyway, he turns a corner and happens to come across this bizarre image of this woman with like this orange coat standing and looking up at this child who is dangling in midair. It obviously is a very strange and startling thing to see, and the guy in the video, as you can tell, he has a shocked reaction. I have no clue what he's saying because it's in another language conveniently. I have no idea what he's saying, but it's pretty easy to tell from his tone of his voice that he is shocked and bewildered by what he's seeing. Basically, we just see this kid in this red jacket floating in the air above the ground, and this woman just staring and watching. And then the camera jiggles and cuts back, and it's indicated sort of that this woman realizes someone's watching us. The kid floats back to the ground, and the two of them take off running. And that's pretty much the end of the video. So, again, like I said, this is a very strange video in and of itself, but I feel like the biggest problem with this video, there's two big problems that I have with this video. The first thing, and the most obvious thing to me, is there is a clear moment in this video where we see a cliche of ghost videos on the internet. A clear cliche being the jiggly camera, the shaky cam as it's known in the horror cinema world. He's looking at this kid and this woman. Kid's floating in the air. He's just staring at it, and then conveniently the camera looks down towards the ground and does this weird movement, and as the camera pans back up and looks back at and focuses back on the kid, conveniently the kid is pretty much on the ground. There's kind of a motion that looks as if the kid is sort of hitting the ground, but the camera's so shaky you can't really tell if the movement is going up and down or not. The way it looks though, it looks like, I mean, the obvious thing, your instinct tells you that this is fake, that the reason the camera looks towards the ground and then shakes is to cover up a cut. And that's my first instinct, is that there is a wire involved somehow, some way, that this kid is hanging from a wire. And just looking at the way the kid's hanging is very strange to me. I mean, honestly, it looks like a kid hanging from a wire. And in my opinion, this could be chalked up to just the crap quality of the video, which is another red flag, by the way, which is a common cliche of all ghost videos on the internet. There's never been one ghost video on the internet that's ever been above 240p or above potato quality. If you look really close at this kid's jacket that's hanging, to me anyway, it looks as if on the kid's waist, it looks almost as if something is blurred there, because it looks like the color is a different shade than the rest of the jacket. And there's almost like a shadow on the waist, almost, and it's that shadow is kind of surrounded by like almost this blurriness to me, and it looks almost as if someone was trying to like Photoshop the indentation of a wire around the kid's waist. And just honestly, the way the kid's floating, it just kind of looks like a kid hanging. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people who think that this is like a woman like teaching her child how to levitate or something. I mean, at the end of the day, it's one of those things, I don't know the origins of this video. It's a very weird video. Is it creepy? When you first see it, yes, it's kind of creepy. I mean, seeing a kid float in midair is kind of creepy. But again, that red flag, that's really the biggest problem, is that camera panning away. There's no reason in the world for that camera to pan away. And conveniently, it's way too convenient that the camera pans up, and of course the kid happens to be already just about on the ground. It screams edit and cut and splice together. It just seems fake to me. And it's one of those things too, where if this originated from another country, like if it's from Russia, which I think the guy's accent is Russian, if it originated from another country, that kind of adds to the mystery, because seeing it in America, a lot less people are going to have any clue where it comes from, so there's going to be even more mystery built around it. Even though this is a very strange video, and apparently a pretty popular video, at least at one time it was pretty popular, and in the little bit of research that I did on this clip, I couldn't find much information, honestly. It seems to be a relatively old video. It seems like it's been circulating on the internet for a long time, probably like 15, 20 years. And I think, and even in that show that I talked about, the paranormal show that I first saw this clip on, I think they even mentioned that this clip might be from the 90s. Now, I have no idea if that's the case or not, but I think the bottom line with this video is it's super weird, but at the same time, in my opinion, there's too many red flags with this one. I think the idea of someone being able to levitate is very flimsy in terms of, someone using their own mind to lift their body off of the ground through some sort of, supernatural means. And I mean, there's probably a lot of people who think this involves, the occult in some way, that this is like some sort of, evil child or demon kid or something like that, or this is a witch that's teaching her child how to, access her powers or some crazy shit like that. It's YouTube, so of course every possible insane theory is going to be out there. So I think, just my opinion, trying to look at things rationally, my view is that this is probably fake. There could be someone who could comment that could be like, yeah, this was proven to be fake 20 years ago. and I'll look like an idiot, and I've just completely wasted my time. That's possible, but that's part of the reason I wanted to do this, is because I wanted to try and look at some of these weird, obscure videos that I may just be uninformed on. Maybe the truth is out there and I just didn't know it. Nonetheless, there's a lot of interesting videos out there to check out, and I think I'm probably going to start doing something like this a little bit more often, just because it's fun to look at creepy shit on the internet. And I think anyone out there who's into creepy stuff will tell you that they like looking at weird shit on the internet. If it were in a movie, a found footage movie or something like that, I would say it was a well done scene. But in terms of something being passed off as real, that's another story. If you enjoyed this video, and I hope you did, do me a favor and please give this video a like and subscribe if you're not already, for a lot more nostalgic content to come in the near future. I know things have been crazy lately with this quarantine stuff going on, this coronavirus stuff, and it's got everybody kind of like very sheltered, but you know, we're gonna get through all this stuff. You know, it's gonna pass eventually. Things are probably going to get a lot worse before they get better, but at the same time, hopefully something like this, videos like this, the purpose is to try and add a little bit of a bright spot to your day. I hope that I was able to do that, you know, to look at something that has nothing to do with the horrors of real life for a few minutes. Hopefully I was able to accomplish that. If you know any information about this video, you have any thoughts to share, I want to know your views and your opinions, your takes. Drop a comment. Let me know. Let's start a conversation. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time on Paranormal 101.